Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. I'm AJ. I'm your host this afternoon. Thank you so much for coming in and listening the next 10-15 minutes. I will go through this very quickly. I just spent a good 45 minutes with the great traders in the room. A little bit of secret sauce, but more importantly, how to handle the markets, scaling in, scaling out, what to look for, how to take profits on the way up. This is something I love to do because no trader is perfect. I'm not perfect. You know, one day I hope to be perfect. It might take me another 10, 20 years of continuous day trading. I've been trading 16 years. I love what I do. I've been successful probably the last, I would say, 8 years. The first probably 7, 8 years were the most horrific in day trading. It is true what they say, unless you have a room like this. It is true what they say that if you're, the first years are the toughest, and if you could survive the first 1, 2, or 3 years, you should make it. A lot of traders are coming new to the business. They need a room. They need guidance. They need a professional day trader to say, and what is a professional day trader? What really defines one? To me, in my world, I'm a little bit of a tougher asshole when it comes to that, calling somebody a pro. And I like to think everyone that comes in this room thinks I'm a pro. I feel 100% a pro. What is a pro? A pro's been at least been trading 10 years or more. A pro's has had many losses, understands losses. A pro is someone who really understands what you're going through as a trader. A pro doesn't put his subscription more important than you. Okay? That's what I am. I'm a pro. I've been doing this for 16 years. Why do you need the time? You need to understand the market, how the market reacts to certain emotions. We have a very emotional president that goes off on Twitter and the market could tank or could pump. You have to react to it. We have new elections coming. You have to react to it. We have stocks selling off to unprecedented numbers. You have to learn how to react to it. These new traders, 2, 3 years in the business, they haven't reacted to it. 5 years, you're still learning the game. But it's an unfortunate world out there that everybody wants to not trade, so they want to run a room. It's easier to run a room, collect money from people, try to pretend that you know what the fuck you're doing. Or you're paper trading while they're trading for real money. There's just so much of that bullshit out there. But in here, this is where the pros go. This is where, if a professional day trader has been trading for 6 years, this is where he ends up. He comes in here to elevate his game. This is where a newbie comes in and says, okay, I want you to take me from raw and make me you. All right, 2 years, you're going to be like this. Okay? And this room gives the ability to keep learning. It's constant learning, constant, watching stocks, how they react, how most important for me, I've always had this slogan, know the move before the move. How is that important? I want to know where the stock's going to go before it even goes there. And so what I'm constantly doing is I always educate traders, read the news. Read the news. Look at the market, what it's doing, and read the news. The news will tell you how to trade a stock. The news will tell you the stock will either run or sell off. The news is everything. Case in point, let's just take a few stocks that we did together. Let's take a look at AIM. AIM had news today. They were awarded from the Department of Defense. Boom, short. Didn't even have to say anything. Department of the Government, U.S. government. Okay. They were awarded a grant award for 8.3 grant. Those are two symbols, the DoD and grant. Okay. That means that Department of Defense means they could take forever to give them their money, and it's a grant, so nothing is really guaranteed. It can come at any time. It could come in 6 months to a year to 5 years. To me, it's what we call garbage. This is a garbage again. So to me, it's a short and nothing more. So I wanted to push it open to 260, scale in short, and take it down to 2 and under. If it popped to 283 with volume, half a mil at a mil, I wanted you to run the stock. But look carefully where I said 260 pop at the open, scale in short, take it to 2 and under. All right, this was our number 1 pick. So you take AIM, and there you go. See how it didn't even hit the 260? It hit 245, stop, lower low set in, there's your short, boom, you're done for the day. Just take it down to 2 and under. Because the news told you what to do. The news, it was all in the news. There was no reason for this stock to go up. The next one was Roku. Now, I have been an advocate of Roku over and over and over for a room. I wanted to go to $100. 100 is a psychological number. Now, a lot of you pros in here, even in the chat room, see the stock even going lower. And you know what? Ultimately, you're going to probably be right. But for me, as a day trader, for the last 2 days, I have been trying to pull this to 100. I thought yesterday we would nail it. And, I'll be honest, Roku chewed my ass up yesterday. I could not win on this trade. But I felt today, and the reason why is because when Netflix came out, and I got 2 actual downgrades. A lot of people thought they were upgrades. I interpret them as downgrades. My 16 years in the business told me these are not upgrades. These are concerns from analysts that they think the stock should go lower, and I 100% agreed. So I made it clear to everyone in the chat room that Netflix was a short today. And you know where I told everyone Netflix would go? I said the Netflix would go to 255 and under. That's right. It hasn't seen 255 in years, or a long time. 6 months, 8 months. But to me, I saw it. So I wanted everyone to try to short any pop at the open towards 268 if it came. This would go to 255 and under. And that was what my call was. By doing that, I also felt that Roku would finally break that. If Roku could hit 111 at the open, I was going to take that short and take it down to $100. When it hit 100, I was going to go bounce it back to 105. I made it very clear in the chat room, don't anybody short beyond 100. Leave it alone. You've done enough. It's been a 2-day run. It's done pretty good. Let's just take our money and run. All based off the Netflix downgrade. I didn't need a downgrade on Roku, but I certainly didn't get any upgrades on it either. But Disney got upgraded. So this told me that this would sell off to 100 and bounce to 105. Netflix would sell off and go to 255 and under. And here you go. What this does, it gives option traders, day traders, the ability to short with size. I was so proud, and people without size could still make money. How do you know that? Everyone take a look at Ollie, what he did today. Ollie has a $500 cash account. $500 fucking dollars. He uses 14,000 buying power, and look what Ollie did today. He made $440 on Roku. So, on one trade, because he was in the room, he understood what I was saying, he understood the news, he understood how I interpret it. This is why he's a part of ACT. Okay? Look at him. Made $400 on a $500 cash account. That is a 94% return on your money. Can you do that in any other job? Can your money make you? Because he understood the trade. He wasn't scared. He just took the trade. And he netted $440 on $500. So don't tell me you can't day trade. Don't tell me you can't make money. In here, it doesn't matter the size of your account. I will find you the trade. Okay? So then, the next trade that we did on our great list was CarMax. CarMax had a nice beat. It was a good beat, but they didn't issue guidance. That's no good. So this is a short at 91. Room to 92 at the open. I wanted this stock to sell off to 88. Right? So you were guaranteed at least 3 to 4 points to the downside on CarMax. I've traded CarMax for many, many, many years. They typically will fill their gap. So I came over here and I simply said, take CarMax short. Take it at $90, 91 up here, pre-market. All right. Any pop at the opens is 92. Do not be afraid of it and take the stock down to 88 and under. Within the first blink, in the first 10, 12 minutes, it hit 88. But there was no, it just died. I mean, you could have gotten more. An incredible trade on CarMax. The next one we did was a stock called BABA. I don't hardly trade BABA. It's not one of my dailies. But Alibaba was gapping up. Why was gapping up? Because the news said that they had gotten more subscribers. Well, I want you to think for a second. All right? I want you to become me. You're a professional day trader. How does a pro look at Alibaba's news? All right? Well, let's take a look. It says right here, Alibaba is up because, let me see. There it goes. Alibaba had 730 million annual active consumers. Okay. During 12 months ended in June. I want you to take a moment, take a deep breath. Okay. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Listen to me. Take a deep breath. Okay. And so, I'm not ready to add on crowd yet. All right. So why would Alibaba sell off? Okay. All right. Alibaba's job is to get active consumers to their site, isn't it? Now, they have 730 million, but let's interpret that into money. There's no money given yet. They just have active users. Okay? I'm going to add to that crowd. Okay, so I have 6281 average. Okay, so this is their job. Their job. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's their job. So they did nothing. So to me, this was a short. So I notified the chat room immediately in pre-market around 6:10, 6:15 in the morning. I said, take Alibaba short. What is it? Take Alibaba short at 179. If it does squeeze at the open to 180.50, which I've known that to do it before, the stock should dump to 177.50. Well, the market was dumping all day today, and look where it went. But look where it paid you in the first 30 minutes of the open. Actually, the first 15. 177.50 was by the time you covered, you would have been covering down here at 176. You see the beauty of this trade? Knowing the move before it could even happen, right? Because Alibaba did nothing. All they did was report their users were up. So what? That's your job, to create more people to come to your site. Okay? Here's another one. Alibaba. Here's another one. Win caught an upgrade from Goldman Sachs. We love Goldman Sachs. But given the market was gapping down, right? It was gapping up a little bit and started to sell off, especially when President Trump was doing his speech at the UN. This was now Goldman also, we know in the chat room, always sells off their pops. So to us, this was a short. So here's the gap, 108. It's up at 112. Simple trade, effortless. Here's the call. I actually tell you your entry. Take some short at 112. Give it room to 114. I actually tell you the entry. I tell you why the stock is gapping up. I tell you who the analyst is, and I tell you this stock will flush to 110 and under today. 110 and under. So you're guaranteed to make 2 points in the chat room today on that trade alone. So you come to the trade. Here is your entry of 112. I said give it room if you want to 114. The stock will go down to 110 and under. There's 110 and under. You see that? Next one we did today was shop. Now, shop, I told you, once it hit 380 and under, it became my baby. Shop is my baby. It is my bread and butter. It is my go-to stock. I made a lot of money on this today, and I always play with small, ridiculous size. 100, 150, 50, 75. Why? Because it's a huge range play, and I don't want to get chopped up. I don't want to look like, chopped rice on this, because this has done it before, and I've learned. You cannot do 100 shares for me on here. Drops 3 points. Can't. It's hard for me to stare at $300 down, $400 down in a blink. So Shop for me is just a daily play for me. I love, 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 love Shop. Shop to me was a short. With the market pulling with Netflix, I felt Shop would be a great opportunity to short today, long side Roku. So I put Shop here. I said, um, Gapping up should be fun today. Nail the 1330. Yesterday, I played the stock at 310 live in the room, and I ran it to 313. It actually went to 314. So everyone had the same opportunity. Today, I wanted any small pop at the open as a short opportunity, and I wanted a 10-point pull on a sell-off. All right, that's what I was looking for, 308 and under. Well, thank goodness we have a president that does what he does, because look what he did. He gave everyone the same opportunity to make even more money. Shop didn't stop at 308. Shop couldn't even try to stop. There was no brake lights on it. It hit 288, an extra 20 points. And I played this on every down pull. TD has plenty of shares. IB has plenty of shares. It was a wonderful trade. I even bounced it 2 times in the chat room. I love, love, love Shop. Okay, and I'll give you one more. OSTK. Now, OSTK was a really good play if you didn't have a big account. I liked OSTK. I liked it a lot. And what made this one special to me was simply the fact that the news came out. Yesterday it was a buying opportunity at $11.20. If you don't know the stock, and forgive me, I didn't get a chance to overnight the stock. I would have alerted you on Twitter and, of course, the chat room. I had my intentions of that stock. And so for me, I wanted to play the stock to the upside of it. And so they had a dividend. I felt the stock today, they added to their dividend or some sort of news. It was enough to jumpstart the stock. I felt the stock would stop at $12.50 at the opening bell. And that's because in pre-market, it hit $12.50 and died. So this death right here, I felt we'd probably get another pop to $12.50, scaling short. And I wanted the stock to come all the way down to $11.50. And that was the trade today. So I put it in writing. Again, I explained in detail what I wanted to do. I wanted to long the stock at the open. It was our number 2 pick. Stock would push it open to $12.50 or more, scale in short, take it back down to $11.50 and under. And that's exactly what the stock did for everyone in the chat room. If you could find shorts, had 1,000 shares, you could have made a lot of money on that. And crowd is dippy. Crowd is dippy. So I will buy a little bit more of crowd. My average is 62.68. Okay, so I'm going to overnight that. All right, and that's that. So that is today's live webinar recap. I want to thank you so much. I'm planning to probably close out my TDD, or I might close it out and just take 100 shares overnight on this 190 dip, because I think I can get. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me do that. Let me close out before I close out here, and I will buy the stock back here. Oh man, shitty fills 19424. Okay, fine. So my goal right now is to overnight crowd and TDD. These are the two I'm going to overnight. I have what 1904,344 on TDD. Now I'll add a little bit on weakness and a little bit on weakness on both. This is just a massive sell-off on these two. I'm going to play the gap up in the morning, dump them in, and I may not even have to trade tomorrow if these pop significant for me. So, but we will see. I'm willing to take the risk. I had a pretty damn good day, other than, oh, before I close out, I did take the hit on Neo. I'm finally out of the stock. I did it. I've given everything I could. I was in the fives. I added. I'm not concerned, no, Brandy. I mean, again, you don't have to take the trade, Brandy. I mean, if you want to take 25 shares, I'm not concerned. You know, it's going to go too much more. I'm comfortable if it drops. If I wake up and I lose a point and a half, I'll make up the money on something else. So I'm not too concerned about that. Or I'll just add into weakness. I mean, look at the last 2 days on this sell-off. I mean, to me, again, now after close, if this zoops up to 63, Brandy, you could bet your ass I'm out of it. Okay, so, but we'll see. Okay, all right. That's it. That is today's live recap webinar. It was exciting today. It was fun. I had a lot of fun, and thank you so much for being a part of it. And I look forward. All you do is click here, and you are in the room. And tomorrow we're going to have a blast. And I'll have new numbers for everybody, whether it's Roku or Netflix. And I'm already trying to go over earnings on Netflix, what I think is going to happen to some of the traders in the room. It's going to be exciting. And traders, this is a wonderful market to trade in. You have no idea. Volatility creates opportunity. Always remember that. And you have to love what you do and love this kind of environment. And I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I like to sell off and to close. I love it. To me, it's just opportunity. That's all I can tell you. All right. So thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow.